Sunday night, August 17th, 2014 questions. We're a week late, but we're going to get them all caught up here now that we're back in place and everybody's back in town. The question from that service is what's the point of the tree of life in Genesis and the tree of knowledge of good and evil? There are two trees in the garden. One is the tree of life, and it makes a showing again at the end of time. If you'll note in the book of Revelation, the Garden of Eden is restored only with greater clarity now because humanity has been redeemed. The church has been redeemed and identified and now glorified with Christ. And so the tree of life is a portrait of the fact that we don't sustain ourselves. We must receive from God what He gives us to sustain us. And so the tree of life was not merely a picture of some type of fruit, but was ultimately symbolic by God to say, you get your life not only originally from me, but your sustaining life comes from me. The tree of knowledge of good and evil was an issue of God is the sole possessor of good and evil. He's the one that gets to define it. And for humans to usurp that position is to essentially take His place as God. So God says, I freely give you life, but I'm not going to freely give you the position of deciding good and evil. And so the portrait there in Genesis really is a fundamental issue, which is God freely gives life to all, but He never gives autonomy to all. Autonomy, auto, self, nomos, law. Now, God never says, you can be a law unto yourself. I will freely give you life. It's yours to live. It's a gift. But I will not freely give you the ability to determine what good and evil is. So at the very end, in the book of Revelation, the tree of life re-emerges as a portrait of the fact that God freely gives life. In fact, there's another picture there where He says, come to me all who want life, and I will freely give from the spring of living water. And so in the book of Revelation, there's this portrait there of the tree of life, and that this is a portrait that God freely gives life to us. But the tree of the knowledge of good and evil is a display of the fact that it has been reserved for God alone. And so I think that's what's going on with the two different trees in Genesis and how they play out in human moral life. All right, good question, and we'll see you guys Sunday night.